Hey, good evening, everyone. David DeHaas at Living Waters, and tonight we're going to talk about the real benefits to cleansing and when you should or should not do a quote juice cleanse. Cleanse is a very loose term. So I find a lot of people talk about, gee, I'm going on a juice cleanse, I'm going on a water fast, I'm going to, they talk about these different types of cleanses. And a lot of people will do like what I've got tonight. They'll get the juicer. They might buy some juice, or they'll go and get their own juicer like I do and juice some carrots and celery and carrots. There's a thing going around, oh my gosh, you should do a 14-day celery only cleanse. So let's break down why we want to do that, when we want to do it, and when you're really being misguided into thinking you're cleansing the body, but are you really cleansing the body, or are you just giving it a break? So let's bring on what we call the 4 natural laws of healing. So this is what we teach, and we do a 10-day deep tissue cleanse at Living Waters, where people come and they do about 4.5 to 5 hours per day, 10 days in a row, and it's an amazing cleanse. And when we get really cleansed, truly cleanse the body, people have amazing miracles. So as we say, where miracles begin by healing from within, and I'm the one that's definitely benefited from this. So just kind of background in my short story, I had a lot of illnesses and dis-eases, everything from severe allergies, bad acne, psoriasis, yeast candida, joint pain, muscle soreness, always tired, adrenal fatigue, and eventually the big one, cancer. And that's just a few of them. So I went on a mission about a long time ago, back in the 80s, to try to figure out how to get well. And so it took a while, but eventually we came to the conclusion we have to tie a bunch of things in to really, truly get the body cleansed. And if we can get the body cleansed, especially the gut is the center of what I call the foundation where the healing begins. So we talk about these 4 natural laws. And if you just can memorize these and understand what we got to do to repair the cells, where the engine is, the mitochondria that burns the fuel, that makes you go, is in the cells. And you've got trillions of them. Okay, about 50 trillion, I believe it is, something like that. So we got to be able to feed the cells the proper nutrients every day. And so to do that, we know that there's quite a pathway of getting nutrition there. So in order to get the nutrition there, we've got to clean the small intestine, we got to clean the colon, we got to clean the blood, and then we feed the body perfect nutrients. So when you think about this pathway, this journey of what it takes to get to the nutrients to the cells. So when we eat our food, we digest it, goes through our esophagus into the stomach. The stomach increases the acid production. And in here, you have the surface area of villi, which is like a shag carpet. And that shag carpet absorbs the vitamins and nutrients into the body. So where does juicing come into? Well, juicing is going to help you get a lot of nutrients very quickly into the cells. But if, and only if, this carpet is clean, what happens over time is this carpet becomes sticky and matted down from the breads, the sugars, the milk, the gluten, the chemicals, and it'll literally mass down flat like a tile floor. Well, how much do you absorb through a tile floor? Well, nothing. So make it worse, if you've got food that's putrefying and rotting and becoming rancid, you're going to tear little tiny holes in your gut. And they call that leaky gut. And now things are going to seep into the bloodstream that shouldn't be there. And your body will react by amping up the white blood cells. And now you've got an autoimmune reaction. And maybe you're allergic to some foods, or maybe you're allergic to some other things. Or you've got a condition or some inflammation they call it fibromyalgia, or whatever label they're going to give it. But the bottom line is, it started with an unhealthy intestinal tract. So we got to clean that out. You got to clean that out. And there's no better way to clean out the gut than to start with colon hydrotherapy. Putting juice down the body, buckets and buckets of it, is awesome because you're going to get a lot of nutrition into it. But if this is matted down, guess what? A lot of it's just going through and run out you. So to get the most effectiveness of your vitamin supplements and the juicing that you're making, you need to clean the gut first. So if you're going to go on some of these 3 or 4, 15-day or 30-day cleanses, people will call me, yeah, I'm doing this 3-day juice thing, and I'm going to want to do a colonic. And they think, well, maybe they should do it at the end. Well, really what you should be doing, you should be doing several, and you should be doing it at the beginning. Because what happens over time in the gut, due to emotions, your gut starts getting twisted and distorted like this. And so you may have the average person's packing 12 to 15 pounds of poop. We got to get that out of there. We get that out of there, and then we heal this up. We heal up this villi. Guess what? I'm going to enlarge this just a little bit. You're going to see a huge increase on the nutrient intake. And that's what you want to do, because now it gets into the bloodstream. Well, the bloodstream over time gets pretty dirty as well. If you got old dirty matter in there, so how do we clean the blood? Well, we go down here and we do a thing called a liver cleanse. And I'm just trying to show you a picture of the old liver here, if I can. Maybe I don't have one quickly I can pull up. So think about this, basically this big highway. The blood's the last highway to the cells. So we want to clean the blood. So that's doing a liver cleanse. Now you can't do a liver cleanse, or that's not recommended in my opinion, until you've cleaned out the gut thoroughly. And then you can do that. But now when you take this juice, today I've got a mix of carrots. I think I'm just carrots and cucumbers today. And now when you drink this juice is going to get quickly and easily to the cells. And when you get the body properly cleaned out, when you take the juice, when you take your supplements, the hit to the cells is noticeable. And you should notice a change in your brain chemistry. You should notice memory being better. You should see, especially if you get the gut cleaned out, especially transverse colon, you're going to notice brain fog disappears. So now you start connecting the dots, and the neurons start firing the nerves and wiring. We talked about that in several of our broadcasts, where it's important to get those neurons firing properly. You've got more neurons in your intestinal tract than you do your spinal column. Think about that. So neurons, if they're covered up with poop, guess what? They're not firing and wiring the nerves. And you've got all these nerves. I'll put that for you so you can see this. So this is nerve organs in the body. This transverse colon across the top here, that is your brain connection. So just kind of give you a short example of what you got to do to properly have effective juice results and getting those nutrients to the cells. We got to open up these pathways, and so the body is properly flowing. And colon hydrotherapy is your cheapest, most expensive way to get the colon clean. It's very easy to do. So we've got a lot of videos on our YouTube channel and here on our Facebook page of how to do a colonic. So take a look at that. I've got a great webinar that goes into detail on that. I'll put that in a link here in the comments here in a little bit. So take a watch of our webinar. It's on livingwaterscleanse.com as well. It says 4 Natural Laws of Healing webinar. Watch that, 67 minutes. I've taken a ton of educational material about the gut and put it into this simple little webinar that everyone in your family should memorize and know. Because if you know that, you know the basis of getting the foundation properly healed, so that when you give it the nutrition, when you go to your homeopath, or when you go to your naturopath, or when you go and you take the things that they suggest you're taking, guess what? That's going to just make everything work more effective. If you're seeing a chiropractor, guess what? The adjustments that he or she does is going to hold much better if you've gotten the gunk out of the way, so the neurons are firing and wiring the nerves. So really simple to do that. And if you want to take a tour, if you're here in Boise, come down and see us. But you don't want this old gunk sticking on like an old lasagna pan in your body. You want to get that out and get this colon healed up and properly into a better shape, so that everything heals properly. Okay. Well, hey, if you like what we've been sharing with you, please do give us a like. Please if you get questions, make a comment. Do share it if you got some friends that need some help with a lot of miracles that happen down here. So Living Waters, livingwaterscleanse.com, where miracles begin by healing from within. I'm David DeHaas. You make it a blessed evening.